In '83, the video was among the hits that turned MTV into a global phenomenon. But at this rate, it looks like it might outlast music television. By the end of the year, Paramount Global is shutting down MTV '80s, MTV '90s, Club MTV, and MTV Live, which makes sense, given that for the artists who still put out music videos anyway, it's far easier to post online than win over the programmers of MTV. And then these like nostalgic favorites, Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, the Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way, Beyonce's Halo, all enjoying a post-MTV afterlife with more than 1 billion views on YouTube. I'm joined now by Tom Freston. He's the former CEO of MTV Networks and the author of Unplugged: Adventures from MTV to Timbuktu. Good morning, Tom. Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Now, I feel like pretty soon after MTV came to be, people started complaining about how it didn't play music videos anymore. I feel like that was some sort of like perennial complaint about MTV. But it did. And can you talk about what it did for the creation of that format?
Well, MTV was a culture shaper, really, and it started in 1981, as you know, and it really introduced the whole music video format to the American audience. They had been popular in Europe before that, but and with the growth of MTV, we saw a boom in the production of music videos, and that sort of really hit the stratosphere with Michael Jackson's Thriller, which you were playing just a few minutes ago. But I would say that the channels that are being shut down come as no surprise to me. There really hasn't been much of a business in running back-to-back videos on a linear TV channel, you know, when you can get them on demand in so many places on the internet. And I would say that the prior owners of MTV for the last 10 years or so really haven't put much equity into it as a brand. It's been a repository for, you know, sort of B-list reality shows. And they even saw the words music television off the bottom of the logo. So it's ripe for reimagination in the hands of the new owners, and it'll be interesting to see if that happens and how it happens, if so.
What do you think is the potential there? Because as you said, maybe people aren't watching back-to-back music videos, but they are watching back-to-back videos. I mean, that's what TikTok is. Like, the format, in a way, hasn't left us. So what role do you think could a kind of centralized platform have in this age of the algorithm?
Well, in the age of the algorithm, in the age of on-demand video, you know, more music videos are being made today than ever. They're really still popular. Artists like them. They're used in all these different places, but on demand, not on these sort of linear channels. If you've got a linear channel that isn't playing news like CNN or sports, you're really sort of in trouble in the on-demand linear streaming world. So they have an opportunity to figure out how to take up a corner of the music space, if you will, with a place that has music conversation, a place that gives context around music videos, and put some money into the brand rather than just running things back to back.
When you talk about context and conversation, it reminds me of the VJ, so to speak. Do you think that there is a world for that kind of role when right now, again, algorithms do it? Like, do people still want music discovery from other people?
I think so. I mean, I think people are beginning to tire a bit of the algorithmic world where you just stay in a lane and you get more of the same thing. There's got to be a place for something that's a little more curated, if you will, where you can bump into things that maybe you didn't know about before, that you weren't expecting, that are outside of your zone. It would be more interesting. More like what even top 40 radio was back in the 60s and 70s, when all kinds of different music could be played in the same place, in the way MTV was in the 80s.
Well, Tom Freston, thank you so much for speaking with us. Tom was the former CEO of MTV Networks. Please check out his book. It's called Unplugged: Adventures from MTV to Timbuktu. Thanks so much, Tom.
Thank you.
Straight ahead on CNN this morning, the controversial Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia heads to the White House.